What it do, fam? It's your boy, it's Chauncey Tuck of the Downside Football Podcast. We're coming back to you live on Facebook and YouTube. Today is March. Today is Wednesday, March 15th, 2023. I want to give a special shout out to my boy Renard Williams up into the top. What's going on, Renard? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
See, I don't know what I done started now. What's going on, Tuck?
Bro,
What's going on,
right,
Tuck? You tell me, brother. You tell me,
Hey, man,
you tell me, sir. You bringing us in. You tell me,
me. Just glad to be back on the dial. Well, now to up to the corner and in the basement. And I ain't talking about Rap City. It's your boy, the famous I am DJ Double Dose. Double Dose. Give me a dose. What's going on, man?
Hey man, what's going? Oh no, I ain't going to DJ mode. I ain't gonna go into DJ mode. You know, talking about me. Talking about. They're coming at you live from the basement. You know what I'm saying? It's going down in the basement. You know what I'm talking about? What up, Dave? What up,
And to my left, to my right, I have my nemesis, my old alter ego. I call him my shadow, but what's he gonna say? Dave Gardner. Dave, what's going on, my brother?
Hey man, first of all, if you ever hire a DJ, he make a noise like that, you need to fire him ASAP. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I wasn't here last time because I was still I don't know what was going on with me.
You hunting
not right traveling out west,
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, man. So I'm back tonight. Tuck, what an outstanding intro, man. I was really moved by that. That'll be your last time doing it. I'll let you know. But hey, man, I'm here to have a good time, man. Let's talk some football, man. I'm good.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, again, we're back. We're glad to be back here. Like I said, we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook, and we're trying to get who got anybody in the comments. Quintel, I heard you texting folks to tell us to come on, so we're here. So, are you happy now? That's all I want to know. I want to know if you're happy.
Look, shout out to Quintel, because Quintel actually comments on his phone and watches us on YouTube on TV.
Oh, that's what's up.
Okay. So don't he can say what he can text and say whatever he want to say. Anytime he get ready. Anytime he get ready.
So where we gonna start off tonight, guys? Let's want to talk about a little bit about the HBCU football, and we want to talk about the. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Okay, let's go. You want to go to the draft? You want to go to the draft?
Hold on. Tuck, see.
Can we call in? No. Why? I mean, what you want to talk about? That's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead, Dave. Let him have it.
I mean, we've been. First of all, last year we had an issue, man. I just kept forgetting. This time I asked him what the equipment was. He said the equipment caught on fire. I don't know if there's a fake insurance claim going on right now. I don't know what's going on.
Look here, just because you sell life insurance doesn't mean we got to talk about my property insurance right now.
Tracy gonna be real happy you don't have this roadcaster next time.
That's all I'm gonna say. You know what? Look, y'all gotta give us a minute. You gotta give me. We've been a little bit silly. You know how it goes. But we do got something. Got a lot of things to talk about real quick. We know, like I said, I see a lot more of y'all on here this time than last time. We apologize for the absence. A lot of things came up. A lot of people had a lot of family stuff come up. I had a few people that unfortunately passed away. I had some stuff that was going on. We all had different things that had going on in our life, challenges and stuff like that. So we happy to be back with y'all. But before we go anywhere else, man, look, y'all already know what's going on, what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is what's tomorrow, fellas? Y'all tell me.
Oh, it's the beginning of March Madness?
Yes, that'll be 100% correct. And with that, we have this. The Downside Football Podcast contest. All the rules are right here. Okay? You can go to our Twitter or you can go to our Facebook page. You can go to our Instagram story, our Facebook story. The link is in there. $10 buy-in via Cash App. There go the Cash App right there. Password is Basement One. If you know why it's called Basement One, then kudos to you. 3, deadline is before the first game Thursday. Y'all already know how that goes. 1 bracket per entry. So for those of you that have missed it and have not been on there, or have not been on here, please Let's get this up. We try and get as many people we get in there. The more we get in there, the more we can give away. This ain't for us to keep. This for y'all. So hey, we do this every year. It's a really good time. You can say, well, I'm not good at brackets. It doesn't matter.
Ain't no science.
There's a lot of upsets that works well for everyone because it's a total thing. It's a cumulative thing. So we got it. We got it. I know I got to turn my bracket in. I don't think anybody on the show has done their bracket yet. So
not yet.
There ain't no excuses. Like Pat said, ain't no excuses. No excuses, man. We need everybody on here. Tell a friend, tell another friend. Tell them to come win some money from us, man. $10 buy-in before we get it started tomorrow. So, hey, whatever. That's just how it is. So everybody got the rules. Okay. All right. You want to be sure now. Like I said, you can click the link anywhere and you see it. You'll see the DSL podcast group is on there. Boom. I know some people that's not on here that is actually have signed up and they ready to go. So make sure you get signed up and get this done whenever we can get it done. Hopefully, sign up now so we can go ahead and get on the show. Is that cool with everybody?
Cool. Please say it's cool with everybody.
And like we said, you know, we had one person that had a question a while ago. The password is basement 1 all together. I had one person who tried to put a space and it didn't work.
I'm looking at
basement
the
1 all together.
I'm looking at the comment.
I mean, they old. Cause some of them
don't they have some interest? Okay, moving on. I'm not gonna go there.
No, we're not gonna
go out there right now. You know, anyway. But let's start out with what we were talking about beforehand. We're talking about the things that we've missed. The HBCU Combine, part of the Legacy Bowl, and the NFL Combine. Saw some very impressive efforts that went through there, especially with the HBCU Combine, man. I think it was great. And if you don't know, for people that's on here now, the HBCU Combine will always be special to us to see how it has grown, because y'all don't even know, y'all talking to people that's been a part of history. You know, y'all didn't know that, did you? You ain't had no idea.
Well,
you can go back and look. Well, I mean, we represent this show, okay?
Yeah.
And we broadcasted the first combine, the one they had here at UAB. It gets a lot of slack because it wasn't as put together as a lot of them, but we met a lot of people, and a couple of them did make it to the NFL. Our boy Mac, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like that. So the HBCU Combine, to see it where it is now, is a really good thing. But one of the best performers to come out, it was definitely our boy Xavier Smith, who we interviewed back at Swag Media days, running a 4.33 down there, right down there representing FAMU, like he said he was going to do. So I think that was one of the biggest things to come out of the HBCU Combine that I saw a lot of people talk about for the HBCU Legacy Bowl and stuff like that, man. I think it felt really good to actually have had a conversation with this guy. You can tell he performed on the field. Him and Isaiah both. Isaiah showed out at the NFL Combine, but now, like, I'm surprised it wasn't even like a little bit low. I was expecting like 4.31 from him. 4.33 is great. Yeah, that is wonderful. But
from Xavier Smith.
Yeah, from Xavier Smith. It was a great performance. So I just want to get y'all's perspective on how y'all feeling about the fact that how the combine has grown as far as HBCU wise since we really was broadcasting just a couple years ago from UAB to where the NFL is involved with it now and stuff like that with the Senior Bowl. Then you have the Legacy Combine, but more and more exposure for HBCU athletes.
Honestly, I mean, I think it had to grow. We knew it would grow. You know, we knew it would grow. Where it is now, it's going to only get larger. But I think for me, I like the HBCU Combine, but I also want to see more get invited to your normal combine as well. But I'm happy, you know, and I'm sure there's a lot of room to grow from where we are. But to get that type of exposure, which wasn't there, I mean, literally, when we were at UAB doing the combine, it was literally like we were the only outlet. Fox 6 stopped by for 5 minutes. We saw them come in with the camera, look around, they go back out the door. So it's grown tremendously. It's going to continue to grow. My prayer is that one day that it won't necessarily have to. We can have an HBCU combine, but I need to see these top guys get into the normal combine on a regular. Like that's just not a second thought.
Yeah. Instead of just Aubrey Miller
and I think for
and
me,
Isaiah
it's just
Land.
the overall.
I think Ben's a little.
Ben, are you behind?
I think he is.
No, am I delayed?
I think he's a little bit delayed.
I don't know if he's delayed or just trying to cut everybody off like he usually do. But go ahead.
I think I can hear you, but we can hear you. But I think it's like you're lagging behind a little bit. That's all.
Okay, we good now. We good now.
Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out and come back.
Okay.
He sound like he's on site somewhere overseas or something. But with that 1 second delay. But to Dave's point, yes, it's good. And the only thing I hope that we get out of this, hope that it's going to grow is that we get pro days at these HBCU schools. Instead of them having to. I know in some instances you had Tuskegee going to Auburn, you had a couple other kids going to different, PWIs, but hopefully they'll be able to do. Hopefully they'll be able to come and have their own pro day. Like you'll have your FAMU pro day, you'll have a Jackson State Tuskegee pro day, and people will be able to schedule around. The scouts will be able to come, coaches and all the general managers and stuff will be able to be able to come in and all that good stuff. So hopefully that's the growth I want to see too on that end, and also of course more invites for schools to go to more for guys to go to the combine in Indianapolis.
Okay, and I was gonna say for me, I just like the overall focus on it. I mean, because ultimately we've seen guys, throughout the NFL that have made it from HBCU, they have made it to the NFL and have been Hall of Famers and everything else. But the extra attention to detail now that they're getting, like Dave said, we wanted to where they get more invites to the main combine. But for me to see the NFL really being involved in it and having an eye on it and it building as it's been building from when we started to now, I mean, I think that's going to be nothing but positivity going forward. I even would say that that's something that could probably be part of a recruiting pitch. It's like, hey, we'll be able to show off your talents, in the HBCU combine. We want everybody to be in the big boy combine, but at the same time, you still have this option too, So like we said, HBCUs, we want to make sure that they still get all the attention that they still need, and it's shining on them right now, and they're taking advantage of that moment. So
and to piggyback on that, like I think a lot of people focus so much on the NFL. It's like my boy Gerald Huggins, he's the Mr. Draft Scout, especially for a lot of draft HBCU players. That's where he's from. That's his Twitter handle. That's what he does full time, 100%. It puts some more spotlight on them, but you got to think it's not just NFL. You got XFL, you got USFL. These people are just looking for an opportunity, more of an opportunity to get more exposure to see what we see every week. And hopefully we can get our boy Joshua Sims from HBCU Nightly, to come on here and give a little bit more perspective about what he sees from a whole perspective, about what he sees each and every week that a lot of times we see, but that is not talked about enough. That's a growing thing when it comes to that. But so we are 100% happy about where we are, but we're not happy where we are. But at least we are still continuing to move up that ladder. But we're going to bust that door wide open, because my thing. I say it every year. Y'all got to stop looking at helmets. You got to start looking at helmets and actually look at the players and the teams that's playing. It's going to be some. It's really ironic because we in this thing now where we got the NCAA tournament and everybody wants to pick a 5-12 matchup, or you know what I'm saying, or 14 over 3 matchup, because they know, like in basketball, like you have these teams that be like 31-3, 28-5, and then it's like, oh, they got a 14 seed. The next thing you know, people like, oh, it's an upset, but is it really an upset? So that's the point to where we're trying to get to when it comes to that. The NFL Combine, man, it was those guys showed out. Isaiah Lyon showed out. Aubrey Miller showed out. But I'm gonna switch it just a little bit. Oh boy, from Georgia.
Oh man.
The creative player.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
like they got a whole creation factory down there.
Nolan Smith, come to the front. Just come to the front, bro. Like he really showed out. I'm just saying, man. He really showed out. They had some great times and some great people there, man. And, I'm not in love with this draft that's coming up. I'm just gonna say when we reaching for Anthony Richardson and we reaching for Levis.
I'm just glad to hear people talking about Anthony Richardson over Will Levis. Because as we have said 1,001 times, this Will Levis love affair is mind blowing.
I will take the Will Levis love affair over the Anthony Richardson right now. Because let me tell you something. It reminds me of I can't say that word I want to say. It reminds me of a certain type of thing. Bottom line is, it's like he's an athletic freak. If he get with the right team, but at the same time, it's like so we just not. I don't want either one to come. Like we just don't go out. We don't go out performing no more. What's it? We the NBA now. We the NBA now. We just get a bunch of damn projects. That's what we do. Like
project, but his ceiling is high though. I'm not gonna. I don't want to hate. AR-50. Oh, he don't say that no more. But Anthony Richardson, we don't want to hate on him, but at the same time, we seen glimpses of greatness. I mean, he was making these throws now that was from sideline to sideline, from hash to hash. That was there. It was just a consistency. And please name me 3 wide receivers from Florida right now.
Hold on. I got this. Chris Doring, Riddell Anthony.
Are you?
Well, I was like,
that's the analyst.
They got some more eligibility. Shoot.
And you just said, you said from Florida. You didn't say Kurt.
I'm talking about who he's playing right now.
Person Harvin. Oh.
And a tight end.
So you saying Person Harvin walking through that door?
The killer.
Now see, y'all wrong.
I'm sorry.
Y'all wrong. We in sensitive times right now. You can't be saying that type of stuff.
We are in sensitive times right now. But to Ben's point, I kind of agree with him on this. Will Levis did not show me anything that could be considered a top 3 or 4 or 5 pick. We said it last year. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt that when we picked him, when I tried to say Kentucky was going to be the sleeper in the East, Will Levis was going. Will Levis was that guy. Will Levis couldn't even perform against Ole Miss.
Well,
they'll blame the offense coordinator change.
I do, because Kentucky offense was 100%
I'm about to say the offensive coordinator change was
was horrible. I'm not saying Levis is the man, because Lord no, don't let me get Damian on here.
Right.
But I'm just saying, anyway. Well, look, we weren't gonna go that far. We won't go that far. But not in the draft, because guess what? Once y'all sign up for the bowl challenge, if we can find it again. Once y'all sign up for the bowl challenge, there you go. $10 buy-in. You know what I'm saying? We got the link. It's on our Facebook stories, on our Instagram stories, on our Facebook post. It's on a Twitter post. It's on our Instagram story, all that stuff. $10 buy-in. Hit the Cash App. The more y'all participate, you got the password is Basement 1. For those that really watch the show, you know why we call it Basement 1. Okay. And then the deadline is for the first game in the morning. You're going to fill out a bracket anyway. Might win some money. The more that y'all contribute, the more that we can possibly do. But hey, we ain't getting none of the money. I'll tell you that.
No,
I'll tell you that right now.
I don't think the years we've been doing, I don't think none of us even been close.
Bro, I ain't been top 5 yet.
I'm about to say, I don't think none of us even been close.
Man, but bro, I've been sucking at this for a long time, but I don't care.
Mean, the first
really
weekend is gonna probably blow out everybody's bracket. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. But talking about the moves, let's talk about a few of those moves that we didn't get to. We haven't had a chance to really talk about yet. Shout out to Coach Terry Sims, man, our friend from Bethune-Cookman, former Bethune-Cookman head coach. Does our invite to the Florida Classic?
No, he told you it was good money.
We're going to tell that to the new. We're going to tell that to the new coach. Okay. Shout out to Coach Terry Sims, man.
We'll talk.
Yeah. Okay. Being named the director of football operations at Bama State. I think that's a really good combination. Him and Coach Robinson down there doing big things. Shout out to them, what they're doing. Shout out to Antonio Carter, former Alabama receiver, who is now the wide receiver coach down at Florida A&M University. Saw them on the practice field earlier this week. Saw him getting his instruction on, of course, doing his thing, man. I think those are two really good moves in the HBCU community. I cannot wait until SWAC Media Day, and hopefully the more we keep going, we can go to all of them, because I know we've been asked about the SEAC, the MEAC. Mm-hmm. Ashley been asked about the SEC, ACC, but some things are kind of crazy when it comes to certain things. When I say asked, I'm talking about like some people have asked, not the actual, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But before we move on to that, I want to tell y'all, we still plan on. I know, and here comes Dave being mad in 3, 2, 1. We still plan on doing the NFL draft first round this year.
Hey Dave, they say your boy Stetson Bennett.
Yes, Pat CIA. Yes,
Bennett look good. He's going to get drafted, Dave.
Stetson Bennett.
Hey, let them
throw the phones up. Throw the phones up.
Let Bijan Robinson be on that board, and we don't take it.
If y'all don't know, we have streamed the first round of NFL draft live for a few years. We didn't do it last year, but there's a viral clip of when the Eagles, Dave's team, picked Jalen Reagor out of TCU, and Dave left the show and over Justin Jefferson. And it's a viral clip. I'm going to bring it back so y'all can see it like in a reel or something like that. We're going to bring it back so y'all can see that also. But hey, hey, so the NFL draft is coming up. I think it'd be great to come back. Hopefully we get all in the same place. Find somewhere to do it all in the same place.
Hopefully,
I hope so. I hope we could do something like that.
Hopefully get like Dave and Buster's to sponsor us, Big Whiskey or somebody like that.
Somewhere that got decent Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
that's all I asked for.
Shout out to Southern Kitchen.
I mean, Wi-Fi and some room. That's all I asked for. I mean, I don't want
both at the same time.
Look what Sean said.
What Sean say?
Look with the 323rd. Man, if that happens,
no, I promise you, if Philly drafts Stetson Bennett.
Philly drafts Stetson Bennett, I'm going to cash out the first person that got something to say on the show.
If Philly drafts Stetson Bennett, I will not do the new season of Down South football in the fall. I'm not doing
it. Don't do that, dog. Don't do that now. Don't go that far.
But in other words,
don't go that far.
They said they better find a veteran backup. Now
why you hating, man? Why you hating?
Hey, man, why you
being like that, man? Hey, hold on. Hey, look here. Look back in the building, Reggie. Reggie has said there's been a QB in NFL draft history that was drafted in the first round with such a small sample size body of work as a college start of 13 games. Yeah.
And Sean mentioned Trey Lance, which is a great.
He played for San Francisco.
That's the future.
Being homeboy.
You talking about start 13 games, Reggie?
That's the future.
Yep, started 13 games.
I mean,
future.
You starting
13
games. I mean, you could go down to, you can even go back to Cam.
Yeah.
Campbell started 13 games.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, depending on we talking about start or just 100% played.
Performed.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because Trey Lance did perform to
I think Trubisky was like that too. I think Trubisky only had like 1 year where he
started.
Yeah, he only had 1 year where he
Trubisky started because he was in North Carolina one.
Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert had a less than impressive resume. Look, we getting off on the draft. Look, we gonna be for the draft. You already know what we gonna do. Maybe we have a special guest for the draft. Maybe not. We don't know. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we shall see. We shall see. Gotta see how some things can work out for a few people. So another thing we want to talk about a little bit. We talked about the HBCU Combine. Shout out again to our boys Xavier Smith and Isaiah Land, who we got to interview. Shout out to them, man. But there's another thing that has happened since we haven't really been on here. Like I said, we apologize for that. But let's talk about this for a minute.
Oh man.
Let's take this down. Football Rules Committee. No, I told you to go away. Football Rules Committee has recommended 3 rule changes: no back-to-back timeouts, no unlimited downs at end of first and third quarters, and a running clock after first down game. This will cut out about 10 plays a game per estimate. The Oversight Committee will vote April 20th. They are trying to put all of this in the process of saying player safety. Trust me, if y'all don't like these, y'all don't want to know the other ones that was proposed. These were the ones that just made it to the recommended. You don't even want, I promise you, go back and look at the one that they wanted to bring up. They were not good. So once again, no back-to-back timeout. So basically no icing the kicker, nothing like that. No unlimited downs no untimed downs at end of first and third quarters, and running clock after first down game.
That's the big one.
This will cut about 10 plays a game. I don't know. Oversight Committee will vote April 20th. So y'all see this? Let me get your thoughts on it.
The rules that have been proposed, I don't have a problem with them because I think when it comes to the first and third quarters with no untimed downs, I think that does improve the flow of the game. That's just me. I get tired of seeing that red hat on the field, and they got commercials and all that stuff. So I really think that makes the game a little. I think it'll make the game flow a little bit better. I think it was a couple of rules they should have implemented. One is the no longer a 15-yard penalty for pass interference. I think it needs to be a spot foul. They need to go ahead, if we're going to go ahead and implement these rules. If we're going to go ahead and implement these rules, we need to go ahead and implement the 15-yard, get rid of the 15-yard penalty, make it a spot foul, so people won't, if they do pull the jersey, somebody that just broke away from them on a pass interference, it'll be a spot foul instead of a 15-yard penalty. Because you don't want to give them a touchdown. Let's see, what was the other one? The
running clock.
I didn't go to kicker. Yeah, I mean, that was ridiculous. They got all 3 timeouts. They're gonna call timeout, back to back.
These are the 3. These are the 3 that made it to the table.
Yeah, and so I like them. But I think they could have did something different. I already know what rule Dave wants to implement, so he wants to change that fumble rule.
Off mute, Dave.
I know, man. I got I got a little visitor she's probably about 2 feet tall now.
Oh, okay. The grandbaby in the room. Grandbaby,
man, walking around eating pickles and throwing stuff on the floor. So that's why I keep muted and coming back.
Oh, you good, man.
But I think other 3 that was on there, the one with the no clock stopping of the clock after the first down.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be huge. You're going to that changes that take your clock management all the way to a different level, especially on like 2-minute drills and stuff like that. That's going to be huge. 30 seconds, it's not going to be the same 30 seconds when that clock don't stop because the chain's got to move. So I'm interested to see how they do that. Now, the rule I thought they were going to address was the one about the fumble. You know, if you fumble and I'm out of bounds and I touch it, then I got possession of it. Now, I thought that was the one that they would look at after the debacle we had with that, but
no.
And for me, I think the funny part about this is they talking about all these rule changes, and I think the funny part about all this is they haven't said anything about targeting. It's like we know that targeting is the way that they're handling this targeting is a problem. It is a issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you have brought up all of these other little rules that you're trying to do, but you have not addressed one of the main things that people are complaining about and have been complaining about is the targeting. I mean, like we said, I mean, it is we all have seen it. And I mean, we've seen it impact games, we've seen it impact teams where you have guys who get targeted and they have to miss the first half of games. I mean, we've seen this, but targeting is not being addressed in this. But like I'm sure like everyone has said, the main one is going to be the running clock after the first down. I thought they said they were going to do it in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Did they take it off the board?
The first and third quarter after, it used to be after every quarter, before the 3-minute mark, the clock would stop.
Right.
The clock would stop on like if you go out of bounds and all that. That's not going to happen anymore. First and third quarter, if you go out of bounds after the third 3 minutes, the clock is going to continue to run.
Right.
Now, the changes, I don't know about that. I didn't see that one.
Because I thought I heard someone throw out that they still were going to have it where the clock stopped with
I
the
think
first
the
down.
changes is still there. I think if you get a first down, the clock still stops.
Something. Yeah.
I thought I saw that one didn't change. Yeah. That one still stayed. I think it was just the first and third quarter. Like if you check, if you ever watch a football game, at the end of the third, or like when the 3 minutes comes, like the ball you went out of bounds, the clock still runs. That's what they're doing. I don't think they're changing the time stopping or whatever. But
the thing, like you said, they put it in there with player safety, and I get it. I mean, they're trying to prepare themselves for the playoff. You know, like we said, they're gonna have extra games. So I mean, I understand the so-called logic behind it because I think the playoff comes in 24. So you're gonna have even more extra games. So it's like, hey, let's throw this out there now. Let's try to see if we can shorten the game, get that data to see if we can shorten the game by a certain amount of plays now, because we're going to be adding other games on the back end in the following year once we implement the playoffs. So
and speaking of 2024,
I'm
just gonna sit right here and just do this. We told y'all 2024 was gonna be the year. We told y'all this in 2022. And really in 2021. 2024 was gonna be the year change. But no. Everybody all shocked about. And guess what? If you shocked now, they ain't done.
No.
They not done, dog. They not done. I'm just letting you know right now. It's not over. It's not over.
And like what you talked about, like what we talked about the other night, like even with the scheduling, like you said, there's going to be a situation where it's going to be that, the NFL type model where you have multiple games on at 2:30. You know what I'm saying? Multiple games on at 2:30 because they're trying to structure this a little more because, like you said, with the playoff coming to 24, there's going to be a lot more changes coming.
I mean, y'all really, nobody can't be surprised when you got USC and UCLA in the Big Ten. But y'all got to stop thinking regionally because the Big Ten wants to be coast to coast.
Yeah, right now they are. Think about it. They going from California to Maryland.
All 4 time zones.
Yeah,
so they
really do.
Yeah.
But think about this, though. For all y'all that don't like, I mean, I've said this before. How y'all going to feel when you got to watch LSU versus Bama on Disney Plus?
They're going to feel like they need to go buy their subscription and shut up.
Hold on, Dave. Hold on, Dave. How about when they going to have to pay an extra premium to get that on the streaming service?
They going to get it.
No, they going to get it. I'm just saying, you going to have the ones that complain.
I ain't complaining. They complain.
ESPN gonna get their money one way or another.
They gonna pay the fine.
Get straight cash, homie.
What you gonna do when you got? What you gonna do when you got your team on ESPN Plus? Because people like, oh, I'm getting ESPN Plus now because companies like Verizon are giving ESPN the Hulu package with their stuff now. That's great. That's wonderful. It gets you to switch over a little bit. But what you gonna do when you got Disney Plus and you got all this other stuff they're gonna be using under these streaming? You're gonna have the streaming channels and the regular linear channels. Then what is it gonna be? No, Sean, you can't be barring everybody login. It ain't gonna be about the login. It's gonna be about if they do it this way. It's gonna be about like the extra package, like your YouTube TV. It's gonna go up.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get Sunday ticket for $60 a month.
Yeah. And like you said, when you're dealing with that many households, like you said, even if it's $4 or $5, hey, once you start multiplying that times XYZ, yeah.
You looking for a burger and a beer? That would be Nars famous smash burger.
Don't bring the Blackstone into this today. Leave the Blackstone alone. That'd be the day that me and Dave will be on Mike's service. Mike will be done figured it out by then. You know what I'm saying?
Smash burger.
But speaking of moving into this, let's talk a little bit about media rights, and then we can hit a little bit of spring practice, and then just a little bit of stuff. You know, we don't want to keep y'all long tonight because we have a lot of stuff we got to catch up on that we haven't had a chance to talk about. Personally, media rights deal. Pac-12.
What's left of it?
Come to the front. Are y'all gonna end up on Bounce TV?
Yep.
I just want to know: is you gonna be on Bounce? You gonna be on TBS? I mean, what are you gonna be on? Like, you know, like what we looking at? What we're looking at right now? Because you know, I don't think it's gonna be a conference too much longer.
No.
The Big 12 is already trying to poach the rest of your members. The Big 10 is trying to go after Oregon and Washington. We don't really have a Power 5 anymore. I think the words Power 5 are really overused. I don't think we really have one anymore. But at the same time, speaking of media rights, so we got the Big 10 and how much? About $1 billion a year.
We had a Billy.
About $100 million. About $100 million per year. We got Texas and Oklahoma coming in the SEC. Taking it from about 60, 70 to about 70, 85. There's another conference out there outside of Pac-12. It's kind of pissed off right now.
Yeah, he's stuck.
Anybody know how long 2036 is?
Lord have mercy. Let's talk about when they signed it. We know how long it is from here. They signed it years ago.
A good 13 years.
They still got 13 more years to go. Right.
But I mean, you know, they say rules are meant to be broken, contracts are meant to be broken too. So, when it comes to media rights, and like they said, we got the big the Power 5 is more like a Power 3 now, and well, you can say 2, but the Big 12 is trying. You know, they're going to try to poach Arizona State, try to bring Colorado back.
Your mark is doing a good job though.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That he's trying to bring, and then with BYU coming in, and you know he got UCF coming in, and
Houston.
You know it's going to be a little bit different, but you know we're standing right now pretty much like I said on 3 conferences. Because Florida State's not happy, Clemson's not happy, Virginia Tech is not happy. So guess what? They're going to come to the SEC. It's bound for stuff like this to happen. The president gonna build a milk cart. Man, he gonna take a whole.
Black Ronaldo need to drink like that, so we ain't gonna be able to get away with that.
Oh man, but yeah, because the ACC still has a media deal with ESPN, I think.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part about it. Still with ESPN,
it was a regular media deal. So that deal had to be like 20 years or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so, I think that's the thing. Like,
years.
We know stuff changes. I mean, we understand that, but this deal been in place for I know at least 3 or 4 years, and then we talking about it goes for another 13 years. Like, I mean, what would make you sign a deal? Because even with the with the Big Ten, getting as much as they're getting, they've signed a new deal, and and we said it the other day, their deal is even short. Their deal ends before this current deal with the ACC ends.
Hold on.
That's all you really need to know.
Hold on, Ben. You said why sign the deal, right?
For that long.
Hold on. Let's go back. Historic.
Okay.
Go back. Let's go about 4 or 5 years back.
They wanted a network.
No, it ain't even about the network.
They got it.
What was the SEC getting from CBS about 4 or 5 years ago? At the prime.
True.
At the prime of their thing. What were they getting?
The number was low. I remember you talking about it when we first got on.
Numbers was extremely low.
Right.
So what's changed and what shifted from then that makes us to where we are now? Just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Think about the product change. Remember the slogan that we used to put on all our posts? Things are changing.
Yeah.
Things are changing.
That's true.
Things are changing. And it's like the visionaries will see it. Like Greg Sankey, even, Dr. McClellan, even though he gets all kind of crap from the SWAC, they could see things are changing. We'll talk about their media deal in a second here. It's like you could see it going that way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was. It's like it's kind of like the NIL stuff. We kept warning people when California first passed the law. Hey guys, this is big. This is about to change the whole landscape. Kept saying things are changing.
Yeah.
Things are changing, and they kept changing. So I don't know if we really fault the ACC, but hindsight is 2020 because at that time you're like we were locking up the money, but then the SEC had that revenue sharing to where Vanderbilt getting the same thing as Alabama getting.
Right.
So it is a messed up thing, but you gotta know like it's constantly evolving. You gotta get yourself in and out of it.
And to your point, and nobody, you kind of, back when they was talking about the super conferences years ago, Texas kind of dipped their toe in talking about that they would possibly leave. So it's not like Texas hadn't said that they would possibly leave before. They dipped their toe in it. But to see USC and UCLA leave, and then for Texas and Oklahoma leave, you're right. The people in the ACC, when they did this, they probably weren't thinking that was possible. I mean, they should have been. I mean, we've been talking about this for 5 years, but they should have been. But they probably weren't thinking that those 4 powerhouses will leave their conferences and do what happened.
Then you also got to add into it. To add on to your point, though, think about this for a second. I want everybody input on this. You didn't think everybody was going to leave, but unless you was a different type of person, who would have thought we would be in a place where folks would be happy logging into watching games? It's also like watching the innovation getting better too. How we know that people are going to get to this point where it's like, well, we can just log in and watch this game here, or I can just, we got Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Anyone ain't on YouTube TV 5 years ago. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was like that's how Direct TV got so big because everybody had to get direct. So
I mean,
I'm with you.
And to John just said made a problem saying ACC needs to offer Notre Dame whatever they want. That will never
happen. They tried.
Ever happen.
Then
they will never happen. It will never leave NBC. Long as there's an imbecile living, breathing, it will never happen. They will forever be on NBC. and whatever platform NBC has. Now, NBC things do change because NBC is trying to get the NBA back. They're making an aggressive push to get the NBA back.
Well, and they're Big Ten.
But I just don't see that happening, John. Because right now it's damn near a lifetime contract.
But they are Big Ten, though.
And John, to your point,
I said they are Big Ten. They are Big Ten, though, right?
Who's Big Ten?
NBC. Because ain't it Fox, NBC?
It's Big Ten country, but
no, I'm talking about with the media package.
It's ACC.
I'm not talking about the ACC. I'm talking about the conference package, the new package that they had with the new media deal. Ain't it Fox, NBC, and what's the other one?
Talking about as far as all right,
and CBS. It's Fox, NBC, and CBS is broadcasting with the
Fox,
Big Ten,
NBC,
right?
And CBS. NBC was still, but see, NBC is just exclusive. NBC is just exclusive to Notre Dame football when they're playing at home games and bowl games. Well, not bowl games, but it's home games. With Fox, Fox is Pac-12, Big Ten, some Big Ten, not a lot of Big Ten.
But I'm saying, when it make more sense though for them to work out something with Notre Dame if they already broadcasting Big Ten? If the new deal they're going into.
But see, the thing would it be Notre Dame would have to start playing in Big Ten competition. They are in the middle of Big Ten. They are in the middle of Big Ten country, but they would have to start playing Big Ten competition.
I'm saying if Notre Dame moves to the Big Ten, that's what I was saying.
Okay,
I said it will make more sense.
It'll make more sense.
Contractually.
I mean, it makes more sense for them to be in Big Ten than the ACC. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, technically, they're in with all the other sports. Technically, like I said, Notre Dame is independent when it comes to football, but they just play ACC opponents, and all the other sports are ACC affiliated. So, but NBC, like I said, it would make more sense for them to go to CBS or Fox if they wanted to do Big Ten.
I get that.
Yeah.
Dave, what's your I know he about to say something crazy.
No, I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. Just kind of touching back on what you were mentioning about the innovation. And then you was talking about a few years ago, you never would have thought that, you had to log in to see a game or something like that. Actually, what made me kind of like it was what Amazon did to Thursday Night Football. At first, I was a little sketchy on it, but then I actually like it because the new blood is giving a lot more innovation in what you're watching versus just your normal, CBS, this, that. You know what that's going to look like, what it's going to sound like. So, as far as the innovation point, to touch on that point that you made, I'm all for it. Subscriptions now is where we are. When we're talking about TV, there's no way around
it. Is.
Unless you have a good friend of the program, you may get around that stuff. But that's where we are. So I enjoy the Thursday night. I like the innovation. I'm tired of Fox looking like Fox, CBS looking. I need somebody to bring some more to the table. So I'm good.
Right, and just like what you said, the word innovation. Yeah. Things are what different just 3 years ago. 3 years ago, things are way different
COVID.
now.
They're gonna have to change with COVID. Mm-hmm.
You had to figure things out. And I think right now you can pull up. Like I said, I think most of us love YouTube TV. All you got to do is just log in your YouTube TV now, and then with all the other providers, if they got football, all you got to do is just connect your YouTube TV to it. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot simpler to do it now. That's why a lot of people are cutting the cord also, because now you got Hulu doing live streaming, you got YouTube, you got what else is Sling TV. You got a whole bunch of other options that can get you live TV, and you ain't got to worry about direct TV and those outrageous.
Ain't no something that's crazy when you talk about innovation. Think about it. All those years ago when you had to buy games on pay-per-view. You actually had to pay 30, 40, 50 bucks to actually watch a game on pay-per-view. Now, you just today's point. Now you just pay $10, $12 a month.
You went too far back.
I don't want to date
it. We had pay-per-view probably like 10, 15
They weren't even good games. They weren't even good games.
About 10, 15 years.
But you are right, man. You used to have to pay to see Bama play like Southern Miss or something.
Yeah, they weren't even good games.
First of all, it was CSS.
CSS.
Comcast Sport. Yeah, they was not great.
They were not
games. They were not good games at all.
And since we're talking about media, Bally Sports is filed for bankruptcy.
Damn.
Before we
and
go,
guess who bought Bally Sports? Disney had bought Bally Sports, but the government said it was too much of a monopoly, so they sold it to
I know all about that.
You're right. They sold it to another company, and it only lasted 3 years, and now they're going to file for bankruptcy.
Lord knows we know about that monopoly crap lie. Anyway, I know hitting a little bit on the SWAC media rights. First of all, that's going to be a whole show. Yeah. It's a whole show because it's a lot going on with that. Very, very undervalued. ESPN knew what they was doing, and you got people like HBCU Go, HBCU League Pass that's out there that's doing a lot, and ESPN, the quality is not there, and the dollar is not there. The reason why I say it's gonna be a whole show because it's like I need to get like my girl Yard Talk on here because she is hardcore about the media part of it with the SWAC and how we don't ask for the right amount of money from ESPN. We just take the crumbs, like what some of them are getting and all that kind of stuff like that. It's actually pretty ridiculous what they're getting, and it's not a lot of money at all. We want to do a whole show on that. Maybe that one with like Dr. Cavill, who can really get down into it to give that, because that deserves this whole show. That deserves a whole show about the media rights, about where we're going. It doesn't deserve a segment. It deserves a whole show to talk about everything that goes along with that. But finishing up just for the night, we're finishing up. We got spring practice going on. Mm-hmm. We got spring practice going on everywhere. We got spring games coming up. We got a lot of people that we want to get interviewed, depending on different teams and different things. It's just a lot, man. We know I had to correct somebody yesterday that, I saw that y'all did a show last night. I was like, yeah, it was kind of like, because, we had been absent. We, all four grown men got a lot of stuff going on. I said, but they were like, what are y'all talking about? What are we talking about? They were like, we could do 3 to 4, 5 shows a week and won't run out of anything to talk about. That's a promise. So we want to continue to give y'all more, man, because for y'all being a loyal audience, some people are there just for mess. Y'all are here for this. We like to bring substance. We like to bring facts and like to bring enlightenment to it. I know for a fact a few people that we've been talking to have really become a hard HBCU advocates. And I really appreciate that too, because that just means, we're doing our job. So not just giving the Power 5 and the other side of it, but we giving all of it. But we all about anything that has to do with college football. But some of the dates for some of the spring games here in the state of Alabama and Auburn are not on the same week for the first weekend for the first time in about 4 or 5 years.
It was the same weekend last year.
I think they were, weren't they? I think they was.
I think last year was the first. Well, I'm gonna go back to. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
We got Alabama State is April 15th. Alabama A&M is April 8th. Alcorn State is April 1st. Grambling State is April 22nd. Talking about that spring game. Jackson State is April 15th. Mississippi Valley State is April 9th. We got Southern April 1st. So all around the same time. Mm-hmm. Some of these we don't have. Some of these I don't have dates on it yet. Delaware State is April 22nd. Morgan State, April 15th. South Carolina State, April 15th. North Carolina Central need to check with a couple people for that. But like my boy Teddy, Allen. His is April 15th. So they're all around the same time. And as you know, ESPN is only showing
Colorado.
I can't even fix my mouth.
Dave, come back. No, Dave. Hold on. You might have to give him a single screen. You might have to give Dave might get a single screen on this.
Nope, no single screen tonight. That was my everybody across America felt that just did that blackout.
They did.
And then they made the announcement again. They made sure they made the post like Colorado is the only like they
Colorado really, is there. Georgia will be on ESPN2. Everything else will be stream or whatever that's going to be shown. But those are the two ones that are going to be shown on linear, regular channels. A lot of the HBCU games that I just kind of ran off. They will be. Some of them are being streamed. But there is not enough of them being streamed where we can get a lot of the content from some of them. So don't know if we're gonna end up at any of them. Whatever. We didn't get a chance to talk about Quentin Ewers versus Arch Manning, which I think is dumb, but that's a whole different story. It's really dumb to me. I don't think they should be doing that. LSU is April 22nd. UAB is April 8th. USC is April 15th. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And some of these people have been practicing since early February. I think Arizona was the earliest I knew of, which was February the 11th. Yeah, yep. February the 11th is when they started practice. So that was Jesus.
Trying to get that, put in that work.
But they stretching it out though. A lot of them are stretching it out because they don't
only get 15 practices. Is that amount?
That's it. But they stretch it out. So like a lot of these schools do it within when the spring break is going on. So
right, because spring break at Auburn was last week, and I don't like it, but they're doing what Auburn doing right now with Monday, Wednesday, and Friday practice. I was like, okay, why don't we just do a week? But Auburn started 2 weeks ago. So I mean, I guess because I don't think Bama hasn't even started spring practice yet. So it's going to be very interesting.
I think they're starting.
Probably next
right
week.
now. I think they've already started. I can't remember right now. But there's a lot of that going on. But we got a lot of stuff we got to continue to talk about. But I want Dave to give his thoughts on whatever's on his mind, college football wise or whatever. Y'all just tell us how you feeling, man, because we got more shows and more stuff coming. So we just wanted to give a summary of what we had kind of missed already and some stuff that we was looking at. I know there's a lot that we missed, but just want to come back real quick, give a good summary, be on here about an hour. So Dave, what you got, bro?
Oh man, I'm just ready. One, ready for the season start always, but number two, interested to see how these rule changes going to play out. I'm probably a little bit mentally checked out in the 2023 season. Get me to go ahead and fast forward me to 2024. So I may be a little mentally checked out, but I am interested in the
this dude,
especially in the SWAC. I want to see what's going to happen. Since Prime is gone, will Alcorn State go back and regain the control of that conference? What's it going to look like now? Also, as far as SEC play, what is Bama going to look like? What are they? The quarterback situation. I mean, I know his name's there, but what is it going to look like? So there's a lot of questions to be answered. But I mean, if I could hit a fast forward button and go to 2024, I would. But unfortunately, I can't. So looking forward to spring games, looking forward to media days. So that's kind of where I'm at and what I'm looking forward to right now.
What you got, Tuck?
I'm looking forward more to 2024 because of the expanded playoffs. But as far as right now, some of the things that I'm very interested in is the development of some of these new quarterbacks that we're going to have around the league. Georgia has a brand new quarterback. Alabama's going to have a brand new quarterback. I pray to God Auburn has a brand new quarterback.
He said, "I pray to God."
Ole Miss brand new quarterback. I think LSU, Florida. Everybody's got brand new quarterbacks. Kentucky. It's going to be very interesting in the SEC. Other things are nationally. I think to Dave's point about the SWAC, who's gonna step up? Prime is gone. Is that machine of Alcorn gonna challenge what Prime started at Jackson? He said the cover wasn't left bare. Let Prime say it. He said the cover wasn't left bare, and it
wasn't. They got a lot. They got a lot of good. They got a lot of good transfers that's coming in for them.
Yeah,
also.
and they got some transfers coming in too, and they got some kids that was still there that was pretty much that was performing. Without all the hoopla that the people that were talking about. That's
I just about to when we get to me.
There's Alabama A&M. Did they return to back to what they were 2 or 3 years ago? With a high power offense, or does the defense get any better? Because they did fire a defensive coordinator, didn't they? So
I mean, you brought in all 11 new starters, and you still suck. So yeah, I mean, the only person you can't find there is the coach.
You also got to look and see what's going on as far we talked about media rights. Not just not just media rights. To me personally, I think we got to go and see what these guys go in uniforms nowadays. You got Nike and everybody just still stepping on everybody's neck. What they gonna do is somebody gonna step up and they actually just do something different, so Nike won't be taking over everything. I appreciate it because my dividends look great, but however, that's all I got.
I mean, for me, the most interesting thing that I'm looking toward on a SWAC level is Grambling. I look at, we saw the G get took off the helmet. We talked about it. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays itself out this year. Because at the end of the day, the SWAC is wide open. Right now, it is wide open. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays itself out. And I'm going to give you another one on the Power 5 level. To me, I want to see if Clemson allows Garrett Riley to get more of his people in there, because currently Dabo went out and hired him, which was what they needed to do to innovate that offense because it had been stale for a while. But I haven't seen any other coaches come along with Garrett. And it's kind of one of those situations where it's like you bring Garrett Riley in, you want him to implement what it is that he wants to do, but are you going to allow him to bring people with him? And so far, Renard, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I hadn't seen Clemson hire. I saw Garrett. I hadn't seen anybody else come along with him other than the staff that was already previously there.
Well, when it comes to like somebody like Garrett, like he's gonna come in. It's not like when what's the name went to Alabama. Like if you go to Alabama, you're gonna implement part of Saban's system, which people don't talk about that enough. Is that you implement part of his system, even though it's your offense, and you know what I'm saying. Like, you're going to learn all that stuff. I think with Dabo, he's way more hands off, and I think that Garrett is gonna have not so much like run of the mill.
Right.
But he's going to have like, okay, we're going to implement this offense. Well, like Dabo ain't never been that person to be like, yeah, let's bring in my defense and bring in my offense. You know what I'm saying? He might have some small philosophies, but I think it's more be interested on the analyst level, who he trusts on the analyst level than he do on the field itself.
That's going to be interesting because, like we said, Clemson's offense, hey, DJU was gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, they've hitched their wagon, the Cade, and you went and got him a new coordinator. So I'm interested to see how that plays itself out at Clemson. I'm interested in
okay.
And the ACC goes to no division this year too.
The things I'm looking for. Hold on, Reggie had this comment. I wanted to address his comment. He said, "Do you guys tune in?" I said, I do watch HBCU Overdrive. He said, yes, he did have Hardy Pelt on HBCU League Pass about the current contract with. Yes, he did. He really did. I have not got to see it all in entirety yet, but I have seen snippets and things about it. It was pretty hard hitting, Reggie. if you correct me if I'm wrong, it was pretty hard hitting and kind of told some truth about some things that a lot of people didn't know about. It's definitely an interview that needs to be checked out. If you have not, I've seen a lot of small little snippets of it. They basically are telling the truth about a lot of things with the media rights. So that's definitely need to be checked out. HBCU Overdrive, they do a good job also, man. It's a lot of HBCU channels out there that do a really great job of not bringing the negativity to it, to bring like, okay, this is what we have to do to move forward on this side of it. That's the thing I really like. But looking forward, there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to. I will say that I'm looking to see more, hopefully that we can get more into the MEAC, the SEAC, and the CIAA. What's going to happen in a lot of those conferences. Tuskegee has a new coach. See how he's going to do. See how Ted is going to bounce back up at Allen. When it comes like to SWAC wise, Mississippi Valley State, after losing old boy, a lot of the new coaches. Of course, I expect fam to be fam.
Right.
But it's going to be interesting on that side. Who's got the best starting quarterback coming back? I think it's kind of, with Southern and everything. But it's just a lot of stuff is what spring is for. It's to answer a lot of questions. Try to answer a lot of questions. And then we got another portal window we got to deal with May 1st through May 15th. Where a lot of unhappy kids are going to get into the portal after spring practice. And it's going to be destination. It's going to be there. Going to be there for a lot of kids, man. So that's another thing you look out for. I'm more interested that we're going to be hopefully bringing you guys more about NIL, more interviews, more in-depth interviews about a lot of the business side of the football too. What happens behind the scenes a little bit more, and just things of that nature, man. That's what I'm really happy to get to. I don't want to skip 2023 like Dave, but I understand why he wants to skip 2023. Because 2024, you got, for us real ones, you got NCAA football coming back. You got
they better not push it back again.
No, I don't think
they should. They should.
You got the conferences changing. You got the media rights contract kicking in for a lot of people. You got a lot of the change that's going on. Conference realignment is still going down. Yeah, man. It's to me, I'm just excited about it all. Whatever you're thinking about right now, I think it's gonna be good.
And look, now we ain't even touched on the permanent rivals or whatever you want to call it.
3-6
talk that's been going on. The 1-6, so we ain't even touch on that. So.
3-6, 3-6. Probably what's going to happen in SEC. 3 permanent rivals with how Nick Saban felt about it and how all that kind of stuff. Like I tell you, we got stuff we can talk about. Hey, before y'all get off. Listen, before y'all get off of here, we are going to be doing probably like more reels and stuff like that says like content. Like question of the day with DSL, and it might just be a topic about like we might take like Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning and just like compare the two, and just like for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, man. We hope y'all like that. That way, even we can't get to y'all in full shows, we can get to y'all in segments, and then y'all can drop your comments under it, all that kind of stuff like that, man. More stuff that we getting into, but y'all already know tomorrow is about the bracket. Well, tonight, if you're not in the bracket challenge, sign up, man. It's just $10, man. You're gonna blow that on anything. Sign up, man, so we can go out, so y'all can get some more money, so y'all can do it. We still got the shot glasses, you know what I'm saying? DSLpodcast.com. Make sure you subscribe on all the platforms, man. Comment, say what you want to say anytime. Oh, John said, how do we get in? John, I'm glad you asked, brother. Glad you asked.
We have the answer for you, my guy.
John,
we have the answer
John,
right
I got
here
that in the group. I'm gonna tag you in the post in the group too, John.
Here we go, John. All these people hollering at you. Let me just put it right there. You say right here. Okay. March Madness contest, cash prize, $10 buy-in, cash out. Then has our course Downside Football cash out. Password is basement1. And then the deadline is before the first game. So if you don't do it tonight, but go ahead and send your money in. But you gotta get it in before 11:15 tomorrow, 11:15 Central is when that first game happens. I'm saying that to you. I'm saying it to myself.
Yes.
And then you got one bracket per entry, and then that's how we roll. That's how it goes, man. So that's it. We got it. So that's all for us, man. We'll be back very, very soon. When I say that, probably might be back Sunday, or might be dropping some couple of little videos this weekend. Might be doing some throwback stuff on there, man. Y'all make sure y'all tell a friend. And if y'all want somebody to get in the contest with us, man, come on, come win this money, man. But I think we good for right now, fellas. We got for Tuck, we got for Ben, and for Dave. I think that's it, fellas. I think we out of this thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hold up. What is going on, Reggie?
Oh my god!
Nard and Dave, they forever get some 1-on-1s, Reggie. So I don't know. They
I mean,
only Dave gets 1-on-1s.
No, I got that 1-on-1 with that Stillman joint. That Stillman joint is a 1-on-1.
Well, first of all, my book bag is 1-on-1, but that was paid.
The book bag is not official. We still got copyright infringement on that. As far as the Stillman shirt, that was a reproduction.
Try me.
See, Red's got to do. Like I said, the two up top, they got a couple 1-on-1s. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm gonna talk to Mike. We're gonna figure some things out.
We're gonna talk to the manufacturing department.
You say copyright infringement all you want to on long them party group. Hell, there ain't no damn copyright infringement.
I'm telling you. Like I said,
you ain't gonna shoot me. No, I have no oven mitts to go with the black. First of all, why would I need oven mitts for the black stone? Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta be like that, Reggie, man? Let me go. Let's go, man. I'm up out this thing, man. Let me go, man. Hey, man, but for DSF, man, DSF podcast, man, Downside Football Podcast, man, we really appreciate y'all, man. And we'll be back more soon with some more heat. Holla at y'all, man. We out this thing. Oven mitts. What we talking about right now, Reggie?